He kept his soulmate love hidden, now his unexpected return changes forever. My beloved child. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Tonight is not like the nights you have already survived. Something has been quietly moving toward this very moment while you believed nothing was changing. Someone connected to your soul has carried a love so deep that even silence could not bury it. They smiled when others were watching, but every private moment belonged to the memory of you. They convinced themselves that hiding their heart was the only way to protect what they could never explain. Every goodbye they spoke felt incomplete. Every road they walked somehow led back to your name. You wondered why certain memories refused to leave your mind, why familiar feelings appeared without warning, why your heart suddenly became restless for no visible reason. Those were never random moments. Invisible threads were pulling both of you toward the same destination long before either of you realized it. While the world believed the story had ended, the real story was only waiting for the perfect time to begin. Even now, as you listen, something behind the scenes is shifting faster than ever before. The silence that once protected hidden emotions is becoming impossible to maintain. A promise made long ago is beginning to awaken. The person who kept their soulmate love hidden has reached a place where pretending no longer feels stronger than the truth. They have replayed your last conversation hundreds of times. They remember words you forgot, expressions you never noticed, and tiny moments that everyone else overlooked. Those moments became treasures they refused to throw away. They guarded them through lonely nights, uncertain mornings, and seasons that changed everything except what they felt inside. They believed distance would erase you, but distance only proved your place in their heart could never be replaced. Don't skip, because what happens next connects directly to the reason you found this message tonight. There is something even stranger you have not seen yet. During the time you believed they had moved on, they were quietly fighting a battle no one else understood. They stood in crowded rooms yet felt alone. They celebrated achievements that somehow felt empty because one person was missing. They heard songs that instantly reminded them of you. They visited familiar places hoping coincidence would perform a miracle. More than once they almost reached out, only to stop at the final second because fear whispered that they had already waited too long. Yet destiny has an unusual way of protecting what truly belongs together. Every delay that frustrated you was quietly preventing something from happening too early. Every closed door redirected both of you toward a future neither of you could yet understand. Somewhere, an object connected to your shared story has remained untouched for longer than anyone would expect. It could be a photograph, a handwritten note, a small gift, or even a simple memory attached to an ordinary place. They never threw it away because part of them believed the ending had not yet been written. Every time they looked at it, one thought returned with greater strength: what if one day everything changes? That question slowly became impossible to ignore. Stay till the end, because tonight the answer to that question is finally beginning to appear. The unexpected return you never imagined is no longer just an impossible dream hidden inside someone's heart. It has become a decision that is quietly taking shape. Something happened recently that forced them to stop running from their own emotions. A conversation, a memory, or a moment of complete silence suddenly revealed what years of hiding could never erase. For the first time, they understood that losing another day would hurt far more than risking the truth. Now pay close attention because this is where everything starts turning in a direction almost no one expects. The return itself is not the greatest surprise. The greatest surprise is the reason behind it. They are not returning because time magically healed every wound. They are returning because time exposed something they could never hide again. Every excuse collapsed. Every wall they built around their heart began breaking one piece at a time until only one truth remained standing: you were never forgotten. While everyone else saw an ordinary life moving forward, another story was unfolding beneath the surface. Invisible timing was arranging conversations, unexpected meetings, forgotten memories, and impossible coincidences until every path slowly pointed back toward you. That is why your intuition has felt different lately. That is why certain thoughts keep repeating without explanation. You are standing closer to a turning point than you realize. Before this journey continues, another hidden truth will rise from the shadows, one that explains why they disappeared when loving you was the only thing they truly wanted. When that secret is finally revealed, nothing about this story will ever look the same again. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter will uncover the one hidden decision that changed both of your lives without either of you knowing it. A quiet shift has already begun, and the person who stayed away for so long can no longer ignore what has been pulling at their heart. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth is far more surprising than you imagine. They did not disappear because love faded. They disappeared because they believed returning too soon would only bring more pain. Every day they carried an invisible question. Would you still recognize the person who never stopped thinking about you? They watched opportunities appear and disappear, yet every important decision somehow circled back to one memory connected to you. There were nights when they almost reached out. Their hand paused over a message that was never sent. Their heart raced at the thought of hearing your voice again, but fear always whispered louder than hope. Still, fear has been losing its power. Something inside them has changed forever. The silence that once felt safe now feels unbearable. They have realized that hiding love has cost them more than revealing it ever could. That realization is becoming impossible to escape. Every passing hour pushes them closer to a moment they can no longer postpone. What happened next was something they never expected. An ordinary moment suddenly became unforgettable. A familiar place, a forgotten melody, or a simple conversation awakened memories they thought had disappeared forever. In a single instant, every wall they had built around their emotions began to crack. They stopped pretending that life felt complete. They finally admitted to themselves that every road they traveled had secretly been leading back toward you. The return is no longer only an idea living inside their imagination. It is becoming a choice. They have started letting go of old fears that controlled them for years. They understand that some connections are too powerful to stay hidden forever. What makes this even more incredible is that while they were finding the courage to come back, you were unknowingly preparing for the same turning point. Invisible timing has been moving both of your lives closer together without either of you seeing the full picture. Stay till the end, because the next hidden piece changes everything. The reason they stayed silent all this time is not the reason they are returning now. Those are two completely different stories, and the second one carries a truth that will leave no room for doubt. Now the moment is approaching that neither of you believed would ever arrive. Their unexpected return will not begin with perfect words. It will begin with undeniable honesty. No more pretending. No more hiding behind distance. No more convincing themselves that forgetting you was possible. They are carrying a truth that has grown stronger every single day they remain silent, and once those words are spoken, the past will never hold the same power again. The biggest surprise is still waiting just ahead, because their return carries something they protected from everyone else for far longer than anyone realizes. That hidden promise has survived every obstacle, every delay, and every season apart. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter reveals the promise they made in complete silence, a promise that explains why, despite everything that happened, they never truly walked away. Nothing about what comes next is ordinary. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest mystery was never why they left. The greatest mystery is what they carried with them the entire time. Hidden deep inside their heart was a promise they never spoke aloud. It was made during a quiet moment when they realized that no matter how far life pulled them, one connection refused to disappear. They never announced it. They never wrote it for the world to see. But every important choice they made was quietly influenced by that silent promise. Whenever someone encouraged them to forget the past, something inside refused to agree. Whenever life offered an easier path, their heart reminded them that unfinished stories have a way of finding their ending. They tried convincing themselves they were being unrealistic, yet every attempt only made your memory stronger. They began noticing strange patterns that appeared too meaningful to ignore. Your names surfaced unexpectedly. Familiar places crossed their path again. Old memories returned with incredible clarity. What once felt like coincidence started feeling like direction. The more they resisted, the stronger those moments became until they finally understood that running away had never truly taken them away from you. Then everything changed in a single unexpected instant. It was not a dramatic event that everyone witnessed. It happened quietly, but its impact was impossible to escape. A simple reminder unlocked emotions they had hidden for years. Suddenly they saw the entire journey differently. They realized every delay had been shaping them into someone capable of returning with honesty instead of fear. The silence they once believed was protecting both of you had only been delaying a truth that refused to disappear. That realization shook them more than anything else ever had. For the first time, they stopped asking whether they should come back. Instead, they began asking how much longer they could stay away. The answer frightened them because it was painfully clear: they could not. Every heartbeat carried the same message. Every quiet morning repeated the same feeling. Every peaceful night ended with the same unanswered thought. Somewhere deep inside, they knew your story together had not reached its final page. Stay till the end, because the next truth has the power to change how you see every moment that came before. Now the invisible distance between you is becoming smaller than ever before. While you may believe nothing has happened yet, unseen pieces are already falling into place. Their return is closer than it has ever been, but they are bringing something even more valuable than an explanation. They are bringing the courage they once lacked. This time there will be no masks, no hidden emotions, and no pretending that the past erased what was real. They have finally accepted that some bonds grow stronger through silence instead of weaker. The shocking part is that one final secret still remains untouched, a secret they have never shared with anyone because they believed it would change everything forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter uncovers the hidden truth they protected above every other secret, and once it is revealed, nothing about this journey will ever feel the same again. A new chapter has already begun, even though neither of you can fully see it yet. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The secret they protected above everything else was never about losing you. It was about the promise they made to themselves the day they walked away. They believed they would never return until they became the person they wished they had been when your paths first crossed. Every challenge they accepted, every lesson they learned, and every lonely night they endured was quietly preparing them for this single moment. They never wanted to return with empty words. They wanted to return with a heart that no longer hid behind fear. That journey took far longer than they expected, but now something inside them refuses to wait any longer. They have reached the point where silence feels heavier than truth. Every sunrise reminds them that another opportunity should not be wasted. Every sunset reminds them how many chances have already slipped away. What once seemed impossible is beginning to feel unavoidable. Their unexpected return is no longer a distant dream. It has become the next step they know they must take, no matter how uncertain the road ahead appears. There is another revelation that changes everything. During all this time apart, they quietly noticed something extraordinary. Every time they tried to close the chapter in their mind, life somehow opened it again. Different people spoke words that reminded them of you. Unexpected moments carried the same emotions they felt when you were together. Even complete strangers unknowingly repeated thoughts they had once shared only with their own heart. After enough of these moments, they stopped calling them coincidences. They understood that some stories cannot be erased simply because time has passed. Instead of running, they began listening. Instead of hiding, they started accepting what had always been true. That acceptance became the turning point. It gave them the courage to imagine standing before you without pretending that nothing had happened. Stay till the end, because the final pieces are moving into place faster than ever before. The return you never expected is carrying more hope than fear, more honesty than silence, and more truth than either of you thought possible. Now only one final barrier remains, and it is smaller than any obstacle they have faced before. They are standing at the edge of a decision that will shape everything that follows. The next move belongs to them, but its impact reaches both of your lives forever. They know that once they step forward, nothing will return to the way it was. That is exactly why they are ready. They no longer want to wonder what might have happened. They want to discover what can still happen. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next chapter reveals the exact moment that transforms hidden love into an unforgettable reunion, where the truth they carried for so long finally finds its voice. My beloved child. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The moment they feared for years is no longer somewhere in the distant future. It is standing at the edge of today, waiting for a single decision. They have rehearsed this meeting countless times inside their mind. They imagined what they would say first, how they would explain the silence, and whether your eyes would still carry the same warmth they never forgot. But every imagined conversation ended the same way. No perfect sentence could ever express everything their heart had hidden. They finally understood that the truth does not need perfect words. It only needs the courage to be spoken. That courage has been growing stronger with every passing day. The weight of silence has become heavier than the fear of rejection. They are no longer asking whether they should return. They are preparing themselves for the moment when there is no turning back. Every step they take now feels different because it is no longer leading them away from the past. It is leading them toward the future they once believed they had lost forever. What seemed impossible has quietly become inevitable. The hidden love they protected for so long is no longer asking to stay hidden. It is asking to be lived. There is one final truth you have not seen until now. Throughout every season apart, they secretly hoped that if destiny ever brought your paths together again, it would happen when both hearts had finally become strong enough to protect what once slipped away. That is why so many delays happened. They were not empty pauses. They were silent preparation. Every disappointment shaped patience. Every unanswered question built wisdom. Every lonely chapter created space for a deeper understanding of love than either of you possessed before. Now those separate journeys are beginning to move toward the same horizon. They are no longer returning with uncertainty. They are returning with clarity. They know exactly what they almost lost, and that realization has changed everything about the person they have become. The greatest surprise is that while they believed they were searching for the right time had already begun searching for them. Stay till the end, because the final revelation is closer than ever. The next heartbeat carries the beginning of something neither distance nor silence could ever erase. Now the story reaches the place where hidden feelings finally meet undeniable truth. Their unexpected return is not the ending you waited for. It is the beginning of a completely different chapter that neither of you could have imagined during the years of silence. The fear that once controlled every decision has finally lost its voice. In its place stands quiet confidence, steady hope, and a heart that refuses to hide anymore. Soon, the distance that separated two souls for so long will become nothing more than a memory that proves how powerful real love can remain through every season of waiting. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The greatest revelation is not that they are returning. The greatest revelation is that the love they kept hidden never disappeared for a single moment, and now, for the first time, nothing is standing in its way.